What it do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? What's heading in? It's hump day, tea time, Wicked Wins Sports Tea. And we gotta just take a gander at the upcoming Super Bowl. Talk about the construction of this new coaching staff, amongst a few things. You know, give you a litany to, think about, talk about, and whatnot. Let's dig a little deeper into the staff, and you know, starting to look like, what I'm saying, the mission, what I'm saying, could be a reality. Um, for those of you that don't know, we're retaining Jerry Gray on the back end of the defense. Um, Moved Yates to the quarterback coach. Let me see, kept Petrie, LeBedford, O line coach. Looks like we can get a receivers coach in here. Yeah, might feel kind of good. Again, I'm hoping and holding out that Terrence Mathis gets the call. You know, but we'll see. Um, like I said last night, after the emotional swelling, what I'm saying, went down, and I stepped back and took a good look, a real look at the situation. Um, Raheem Morris's resume is not that bad. He has two chips under his belt as a coordinator. He's worked in some good situations, has been successful. One consistent thing, wherever he's been, for the most part, there's always been a good defense. Um, both these guys, Zach Robinson and Jimmy Lake, look to be good additions, good pickup, and what I'm saying, and look to have some work up under their belts where they know how to get some things done. Um, can we be successful? Can whatever plan that they have come to fruition? You know, I think hey, there's some positive hope that is coming into my mind. Watching this staff formulate, be constructed. Um, Terry Lloyd, what's happening? Hey, Sonya. Hey, Auntie. Sherman Wood, what's happening? Anthony White, what's good? Bubblegum, what's happening? Nice to see everybody, all everybody's in here. Um, I mean, y'all, tell me, what y'all, what I'm saying, think about the, current actions of the staff um, being constructed at the moment. And Anthony says, can't wait to see what Zach does with all these weapons Atlanta has on offense. Um, well, I think the 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 bigger question or thought, um, with that would be, what will the big picture plan be for Ritter and the phony unicorn Kyle Pitts? Now, if you have my thought would be, if you have a complete, staff and some guys that can, get the best out of players, um, I think the best cost effective move is to um, put Ritter through the paces. Um, and even while doing that, get we have to get Russell Wilson in here. I'm staying on that. We have to get Russell Wilson in here um, to be able to completely do what needs to be done with Ritter. Um, I think having a veteran quarterback, um, Yates in his real position as quarterback's coach, and Zach Robinson, coordinator, and they're formulate some things you know and show him how to be a professional quarterback in this league. I think would be the best way to deal with Ritter, and I mean because he's not done. He's not a bust. He's a Ricky, what I'm saying, that did Ricky things, as my little buddy therapist ATL likes to say. Um, I mean, you take away the turnovers and you probably add some wins, you know. Um, I mean, because it was bad, but it wasn't all bad. Um, I think in four of those instances, if the $100 million defense does a $100 million job on four of those occasions, things might have turned out a little bit different. Um, you know, I mean, yeah, that's really it's what's the main part of his problem that they get him in repetition and knowing how to be uh decisive, knowing when to use your legs, um, and go through your progressions efficiently, and comprehend what you read as opposed to what you're running. I think he could turn out to be a good quarterback in his league. Um, I think uh, Zach Robinson will bring the rain game to a new level. Um, I mean, we have some things. And I see a lot of people out here, talking about, in their dream scenarios and, making all these cuts and whatnot. You know, um, I mean, it's funny how a lot of people, I ain't gonna say y'all, just a lot of people are dismissing the lackadaisical play of Kyle Pitts, and trying to make Geno Smith collateral damage when he was the best tight end that we had last year, this past season, from a complete tight end perspective. On the field, yeah, John was that dude. So why would he, or why should he be a be collateral damage in trying to make more cap space, and make more cap space for what? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Because I see a lot of folks out here campaigning for a certain particular trade, and I uh in a trade in two different directions. One would be to trade for Justin Fields and extend his contract, and the other would be to trade up in his. And you trade up, you're talking about losing a lot of pieces, not just draft capital. You know what I'm saying? You know, just to trade up to get what? To get what? Because I maintain that there is nothing of the quarterback nature in this draft, in my opinion, that is worth trading up for. It just isn't. Not from 8. Quite honestly, I say we sit at 8, and by the 6th or 7th pick, and nobody has grabbed Brock Bowers, we get him. If not, we trade down, accumulate picks, and roll up some bodies in his trenches, grab a couple of receivers, you know what I'm saying, another cornerback, you know what I'm saying, and go that route. But that's just my thought on it. As far as what what should be a game plan in assembling, continue to build on this roster. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's kind of sort of what I was thinking about too, Terry. It's looking like he has a big picture plan. Wyatt Carlson, good afternoon, sir. Says, I hope Morris can't just hiring all his buddies from the Rams for his staff. Kind of looking that way right now. Um, okay. And the problem? Because if you look at either one of those guys, either one of the two of those guys, Robinson and Lake, you look at their resume and their body of work, I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem at all. You know, um, just saying. Yeah, and I was just speaking. I was just speaking. Um, I I'm not with either one of those. Again, I say it again. Me, there is nothing of a quarterback nature that is worth trading up for in this draft at the quarterback position. It's not. It's not. Okay. I mean, come on now. Y'all. Some of y'all are in love with the highlight play, with the highlights and whatnot. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you straight up to me. I mean, see Bryce Young in Carolina when you speaking about Daniels. You know, come on now. I mean, you want a prototypical quarterback. Number one, somebody that can see over the line. Uh, and you want somebody that is built to take the NFL type of bumps, lumps, and collisions. That boy is a little light in the pampers. He's a little light in the pampers. I mean, but you like who you like. You know what I'm saying? And Justin Fields, financially does not make sense. I mean, take everything that I've said over the last few days about Lamar Jackson and apply it to Justin Fields. Okay, you got Komet as a tight end, and you got DJ Moore, who is a top 10 receiver in this league, and you can't win more than 6 games. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, y'all talk about all that God given ability all day, but with that God given ability, and you get sacked 9 times in a game, 7 times in a game, 5 times in a game, 5 times in a game, 6 times in a game, 6 times in a game, eight, you know, four, six. These are not numbers that I'm making up. These are numbers of times that he's got sacked in a game this year with all that ability to get away, and all of that. I seen him run to a sack. Come on, man. Miss me with that fantasy bull. Because that's all it is, fantasy football thoughts, to be honest. You know, you know what I'm saying? It just, nah, man. No, no. The better move would be to bring in a Russell Wilson, keep Ritter in the classroom for this season and the next, and let him learn while Wilson works with what we have, and we could build, we can teach at the same time, and still possibly win. All I hear, come on now, don't let Mel Kiper get y'all drunk on some of these prospects that are just not it, not. And before you go to calling Penix's name, see Arizona State game, see the UCLA game, see the USC game, see the Washington State game. You know what I'm saying? And see national championship. No, stop it. You know what I'm saying? And Caleb Williams, okay. I just say look at the video of him going up in the stands and jumping into his mama's arm, crying like a little baby, and that speaks for itself. You know, but that is just my realistic thought on as far as the quarterback situation goes. I kind of glossed over it a little bit, announcing that well, I know probably most of y'all probably know that we're keeping Gray. But I think that was a no-brainer, what I'm saying, for the defensive side of the ball, not to let the 40 years of defensive knowledge to get out the door. That's just a professional common sense right there, keeping him. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, and while we're in the area of defense, AJ, you on the clock, baby. You know what I'm saying? Is it about the bag or is it about the mission? This is what we're gonna have to see. This is what we're gonna have to see. I mean, it's gonna be about the bag. He probably gonna be up out of here. He'll probably be up out of here on draft day. I'm just saying. You looking for Denzel Ward money? Yeah, we probably gonna say I'll holler at you. Um, let's see. I mean, because we really have to just understand, what what would what would uh what would be our best move in the big picture aspect. Terry, who do you think called for the benching of Desmond? Was it Arthur or was it Rich McKay? And I don't know. Honestly, I think that was just collateral damage from headache gate. I'm just saying. You know, I mean, those things happen with a Ricky. I mean, this is part of what I really hate about, what I'm saying, in today's era, with social media and everything under the microscope. Everything. Everybody's a prisoner of the moment, and questions. You know, why does it even matter? At this point, why does it even matter? I mean, because if you're looking at it realistically, and if you can, see the writing on the wall, um, I don't even think um, I think the drafting of Ritter was was a I, okay. First, you have to go to why he was even on the field for this season. Marcus Mariota, who folded like a lawn chair under, the pressure of, getting a second chance to revitalize his career and all of that, because he was supposed to be the bridge, while, Ritter held the clipboard, learned everything he needed to learn to be ready, to come on the field. Then you add in not having your prototypical uh, quarterbacks coach, if you will, in the thing, and then being left into old boys' hands, to learn, which we saw how that turned out. Um, I think it was a clusterfuck by all involved, from the coaches to upstairs, but by the handling of Desmond Ritter, you know, um, this past season. Um, I mean, I was okay, but not okay with it when we picked up Tyler Heineke. I mean, if we'd have had a Tyrod Taylor or Jacoby Brissett, you know, honestly, I think things would have went a little bit, could have been a lot different. Him to be given space and time to learn, because you don't become a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, in one off season, in one season, in one preseason. You don't. As much as you Madden players like to think you can, but you can't. You can't. I mean, a lot of people, you know, when you look at Patrick Mahomes, Pat had who? He had Alex Smith, who was a experienced quarterback, playoff experience, and he was able to learn from Alex Smith, learn Andy Reid's system under Alex Smith. For that season and a half, and um, he was able to hit the ground running. That's what Desmond really needs. You know, with with the complete staff, hands on in every aspect of being a quarterback, from using your feet to reading defenses, to having, good crisp mechanics, good foot movement, all of that. All of that. Um, so right now, the Arthur, Rich McKay, none of that even matters, because it was a clusterfuck of a situation as it was. You know, but I know some are not going to agree with that. But it is what it is. No, Gotta risk it for the biscuit. What do you mean? Being on the safe side. The safe side of what? What are you even talking about? Like what? Because of what I said about Juno Smith. Well, it's the truth. He was the best. He was the best tight end on the team, from blocking to running routes to being in place. You know what I'm saying? To making plays. All of that. It had nothing to do with him because he was that when he was in New England. He was that when he was in Tennessee. And he's been that everywhere he's been. It ain't got nothing to do with him being Arthur Smith's guy. Geno Smith is a football player, a professional football player that does what is required and asked of him. That's why I said what I said about him. And see, you microwave mindset, Madden fantasy football mindset having folks are hilarious. Y'all hilarious. You think because I don't think it makes sense for him to be cut or whatever the case may be to make the make cap room for a fantasy move of trading up or making a trade for Justin not on the fields. I don't. It don't make sense to me. Like it didn't make sense to me that y'all got here campaigning for Lamar Jackson. No, why pay somebody 45, 50 million who probably gonna miss 5, 6 games? Number one. Number two, can't read defenses to save his life, even if it was written in Braille. And Justin Field is no different. You can't win games with Komet and DJ Moore as your weapons. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. Okay. Motivated, dedicated. That is my entire that was my entire point on that, Auntie. You know what I'm saying? Uh well, motivated, dedicated. There's nothing to fix outside of running Richie Grant out of town. There's nothing to fix on the back end. We get our bodies back, which is Grady and T1000, Troy Anderson, Street, get him back, and all those coming off the into list coming back, and then you know we seen what Zach Harrison is because he has arrived. Um, I think we continue to, build on that aspect, what I'm saying, and bring those back who, what I'm saying, can be back from that veteran core on defense, and we keep it moving. You know, regardless of how things turned out, the numbers don't lie about their defense. We were the number one third down defense, and number two red zone defense. That ain't no fluke, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's not a fluke. You know, Mr. Carlson, um, I get your mindset. I get your mindset, you know what I'm saying? But given the entire situation, the unstable situation as it were, What did you expect to happen? I mean, y'all think that y'all can stick a quarterback in the microwave for 2 minutes and out pops the all pro Hall of Fame ready quarterback. No, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And everything is not gonna, when you take all the ingredients out of the box and put it in the pan, you got to cook it. You just can't pour it out there and sit it on the dinner table and say, eat. No. You know, not sure what your age range is, but by your mindset, sir, you sound like you're looking to move, what I'm saying, to another guy. I guess had you been sitting in front of your TV or in the stands in Troy Aikman's rookie season, I guess you'd been saying he folded too, and you don't need to play another down either, right? I guess you was sitting there, what I'm saying, in Peyton Manning's rookie year. I guess you said he didn't need to play another down and they needed to move on to another quarterback too, right? And if you old enough to remember, I guess after Joe Montana's 2-win rookie season, I guess he shouldn't have played another down either, right? Hmm. Just stop right there. Hmm. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Dame DiBiase, what's good? What's good? It sound better when you say it. It sound better when you say it. Um, Mr. Amy, sir, that's if AJ be here. Now, if he's about to mention, then he's gonna play ball with the front office and money wise. But if he's about the Brinks truck, then we'll holler. Because if he gonna be out here looking for Denzel Ward money, shit, he gonna he'll be gone on draft day. He'll be packaged up in something and gone on draft day. You know what I'm saying? And we got corners. Um, and then I think the story has already been written and told as far as that goes. Cause to Okuda, the way he's moving around town, looks like he's gonna be here. The way AJ moving around this gap, she okay. I have to wait till they announce that. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, Richie. I didn't understand what was going on with Richie Grant and always out of position. Giving up big plays and whatnot. But yeah, it was because I watched him in college and I thought he would. You know what I'm saying. I thought he'd be good. Good. You know. But yeah, that's what I mean, Auntie. Um, 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 eh, 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 there with you. On that. I'm there with you. Um, but you know, with that, I mean, that looking like there's the mission can be reality. The way things are shaping up, the more I'm hearing the new names and doing my homework on them and checking out their resume and their body of work and whatnot. I, I'm not feeling so no, so mad about the situation, as it were. Um, you know, let's see. We talked about Gray. No, yeah, back to that. Um, because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think once they get a receivers coach in here, um, and tight end coach for that matter. I don't know what we have in that instance, but I think those both of those position coaches are vital in our situation. Um, you know, because what I saw from the phony unicorn last season, not impressed, very disappointed and pissed. When you hot dogging it, lackadaisical, not hustling every play, what I'm saying, shying away from contact, not willing to block. That's not that's telling that divaism. And I saw a whole lot of that out of Kyle Pitts on last season. Which would me personally, I wouldn't want that in my locker room. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. We're going to know what is once the completion of this staff, which should, by all intents and purposes be done by the end of the week. And then you can almost, see the writings on the wall of what gonna be what at that point. You know. Yeah, it was a no. That's what I was saying earlier, Auntie. That was a no brainer. That right there was a no brainer. Well, that was a curveball, Miss Sonia, because I just knew Quinn was gonna take that job. That I mean, that's the way things were looking in the beginning. But hey, you know, more power to him. Congratulations to old boy. You know, um, um, I don't, Mr. Amy, I don't agree with that. I don't agree, and here's why I don't agree with that. When you get as close to the Super Bowl as the Lions did and come up short, is a such thing as called finishing the job, finishing the mission. He put that offense together. You know what I'm saying? And there's some twerks and tweaks here and there that could happen where they could get better and wanting to still be a part of that. Now that's not being scared of a head coaching job, because truth be told, he went back to Detroit because the job that he wanted was filled by Raheem Morris. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Yeah, yeah, Yates. Yeah, they moved Yates to the QB coach. That was one of the first things they did when that was one of the first things Raheem Morris did when he got here. I'm guessing so too, because like I said, dang, I just I all intents and purposes, I figured the job was his to turn down. He didn't turn it down. They just went with old boy from the Ravens. Um, so And what you say, Auntie? All I gotta say is paid to interview well. Yeah, and then that might be part of it too. But I mean, but then you with I mean, it had to be something with DQ. I mean, because seeing as how he was there with them on that staff, on their Super Bowl runs, you know what I mean. But I mean, hey, we'll probably never know. We'll probably never know. Um, let's see. We'll tell what's gonna happen. Yep, and Dame, I think that's going to be the power move in itself. I think Helen's play has on last season play has played his way into that position being his position to lose. I think he played his way into that spot. Um, you know, right there. Um, but hey, we have a Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks, y'all. We have a Super Bowl. Chiefs and Niners. Chiefs and Niners. Chiefs and Niners. Um, I think Chiefs get their third, and I think it's going to be close. I think the Chiefs get their third. Um, but I will say, Mr. Irrelevant may just pull off a candlestick miracle, if you will. It's a possibility. He's on a little roll. He's played uh about four. He's played very well 4 out of his last 5 games. He's played very very well. You know, hey, will the stage? The question is, will the stage be too big for him, or I mean, that's the only thing that I could ask about the situation. I watched Brock Purdy in college, and I would say I watched him play, and what he's done at San Francisco is not surprising to me because what he was doing at Iowa State has translated to his NFL startup. And you can't get drafted into a better situation than what he's drafted into with all this what around him on that offense. You know, you can't be in a better situation than that. You know, um, it's gonna be a hell of a yeah, it's a hell of an experience for him. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. I can tell you that it's gonna be a hell of experience. Maurice Martin, what's good? What's good? What's good? Southside, what's good? Bobby Boy Zone 3, what's good? Ding ding. That man, Maurice Martin, says if the Chiefs win, does Mahomes start to be put in the GOAT category, or does he have to surpass Brady? When will Andy Reid be considered for Canton? I think he's already considered for Canton at this point. I'm speaking on Andy Reid. Um, but as far as Mahomes go, they win this one. That will be his third, which that will be his third. And which would tie him with Troy for three. And to answer your question, yes, yes, it would he wins this one. It's time to start talking the goat talk a little bit. With the better part of a decade to go in his career, and hey, you know, to win this, and you're 50% of the way, you know, of the way to. I mean, you're peeking around the corner at Joe and Terry Bradshaw, and they got four each. Um, you know what I mean? Um, you're getting up into rarefied territory. And not just with the Super Bowl wins. Just his ability to play the game. I mean, you start your career and you've been in every AFC Championship game to date to start your career since you've become a starter with the Chiefs. Bruh, that's rarefied air right there. You know what I mean? Um, you know, and to be in to be your fourth Super Bowl in 5 years. Hey, that's it's become the standard. Pat Mahomes, boy, it has become the NFL standard at quarterback. You know, um, shoot, yeah, you really can't get no better. I mean, it's all it's all it's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, and as long as they're together, you could pretty much pencil them in the AFC Championship game. I mean, it is. I mean, at this rate, the way they're going, you're going to have to start, starting the season of penciling, maybe start talking about penciling their ass into the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, you know. Um, I mean, as far as Andy Reid goes, I think his gold jacket is solidified for whenever he calls it a day. You know, um, yeah, I think that's a foregone conclusion. Um, I mean, what more can you say about the man and his accomplishments? I mean, leaving Philadelphia and coming into doing what he's doing in Kansas City. You know, just saying. Nicholas Dixon, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, Michael. Yeah, yeah. They drafted him. They had Alex Smith. He sat behind Alex Smith for a season and a half, and learned to hold the clipboard. And once he became the starter, he hit the ground running. He hit the ground running. I mean, shoot. I mean, it is you know it was great to see that. Um, you know, I mean, you see how that works out. I mean, it worked out well for Jordan Love, you know, to sit and learn. Um, You know what I'm saying? There's been many of situations where guys have sat and then when they got the chance and they made the best of it. I mean, and because they were better for it. You know what I'm saying? Which is what some of us have been trying to say to a lot of y'all people that are think that guys are gonna come out. I mean, the Dan Marinos and the Matt Ryans of the world, uh, Russell Westbrooks, not Westbrook, I'm sorry, Russell Wilsons of the world. Um, they don't come around often. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just it is when you're dealing with quarterbacks, it is a process by all intents and purposes. It is just a process where just you can't cut no corners. You can't cheat the process. You know what I mean? There have been so many first round failures at the quarterback position. So many, 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 many more than there have been success stories of first round quarterbacks. It just has. You can look it up. You can name anybody you want to name. You can go look it up. You know what I mean? Um, but it is when you have a situation, where you can do that like that and where, what I'm saying, once you put your quarterback on the field, he just hit the ground running. You can't discount the process. You can't discount what works. Because throwing a guy to the wolves don't always work. See David Carr, Jamarcus Russell, Andrew Ware. I could go on and on. You know what I'm saying? It don't always work. You know, I mean, yeah, everybody talking about the benching. Hell, Troy Aikman sat a couple of games in his rookie year. Yeah, Steve Walsh played a couple of games in his rookie year. You know, um, just saying. It is a process where some things just cannot be skipped. There is a total teaching and learning process and curve that has to be had when it comes to quarterbacks. And as good of a season that CJ Stroud had this year, there are still a litany of things that he has to, get tightened up, you know what I'm saying, and add into his learning process as well. His pocket awareness has to get a tad bit better. You know, his ability to throw the deep out route has to get better. His understanding of zone blitzes has to get better. But he's on the right track. He's on the right road. He's set up in the right situation, and that coach and that coaching staff over there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, the experience, you know, uh, for him, he's probably going to be better for it. Let's see. Agenda number 9. What's good? What's good? What's good? Now, Michael Walker, you're asking a great question. Yeah, a lot of the brouhaha over there. Yeah, Andy and Travis and my homeboy, they get a lot of the ink over there. But yeah, there's something to be said for the Chiefs defense. It really is. It really is. Yeah, cause they made AAU Jackson uncomfortable by making him actually have to play quarterback and not be a running back. And it showed you exactly who he was. That boy looked standing out there in the park and looked like he was reading hieroglyphics and couldn't understand nothing, which is an indictment and alarming in itself. When you're in your seventh year in the league and you still can't read defenses. Okay, all right, okay. I'm just saying. Y'all out here putting them up on the pedestal. Miss me. Look, I'm not trying to talk to anybody, okay, that is trying to have a conversation about Lamar Jackson being elite quarterback. Elite athlete, yes. Quarterback, hell no. Hell no. Is an outcry and an indictment that they had to go and hire a college offensive coordinator in order for you to, comprehend some things at quarterback. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. Take how you want to, feel how you want to. The facts are the facts. It's video documented evidence. And everybody keep talking about, well, he proved he was a quarterback through the regular season. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because you play to get to the playoffs, which are a whole other season in itself, and everything else get magnified and intensified, and shit get shrunk down when you actually have to. Okay, all right, y'all saw the game. Y'all saw the game. And I don't want and miss me with the excuse of he had weapons. He had weapons. That game, that loss was totally on him. 260 mil for 10 points. Another number one seeding squandered. I said it 2 seasons ago, and I say it now and say it again. His production as his progression as a quarterback stopped in his third year in this league. He hasn't progressed from that point to this point. He's still got the same issues. Your ability to run is not going to get you through an NFL career. It's just not. You got to know how to be a quarterback. Southside, I found a receiver that could be a steal in the fourth or fifth round in the draft from Colorado. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That kid at Colorado State. Yeah, yeah. You right on with that one right there, my guy. You right on with that one right there. You are right on with that one right there. That kid right there would be a glorified steal. A steal right there. You know what I'm saying? You right on right there. You got your scouting helmet on right there, Southside. You got your scouting helmet on right there on that one. You know what I'm saying? Uh, well, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about. You know what I'm saying? And and check in with you and see with you. Hope I got a shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? Uh, we're 2 weeks away from the big dance. 2 months away from dress rehearsals and courtships and all of that there with the draft and free agency. Hey, just a program reminder. Uh, Falcon Friday, Hanu Madness will be every third Friday from here on out. With it being the off season, um, but everything else is gonna stay the same for the most part. Um, and keep you guys abreast. And again, let me show y'all my love and appreciation for you all's, you know, checking in to view my shows, view my segments, hear my takes, and dialogue and everything. I genuinely appreciate you all. I genuinely appreciate you all. Um, as always, you know, this is something that I love to do, you know, talk sports and give my opinion, give my take and my insight, and all. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, what I'm saying, the way you do. What's up, JB? You know what I'm saying? And thank you, man. And thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Because I try to make sure that I give you all the best of the information that I can give you all in all aspects, of what I, have seen, in this sports world. Again, I'm gonna be, phasing into, some Hawks and Braves stuff on these very same programs, going into the summer, going into the spring, you know. Um, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Auntie. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Bubba. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mr. Knight. And that's what I'm gonna try to do. And try to, keep, giving y'all these good topics, the best, that I possibly can. Um, you know. And hey, even if you yourself, think there might be something good to talk about on the show, shoot me a kite, hit me up in the inbox, I take suggestions as well, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me matter of fact, let me put my information back on the tickle. You know what I'm saying? For those of you on Twitter, on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, on IG, you know what I'm saying, even on my YouTube, you know what I'm saying, page. If I drop something and you think, there might be an idea of a topic, shoot it to me. Hey, you know, I run it. You know what I'm saying? This where, what I'm saying, I'm at with it, trying to make it all better. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate us outside. You know what I'm saying? And y'all hit them like buttons. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Get the likes up. OGN TV, subscribe to it. You know what I mean? I need 73. I need 73 more to get 200. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this channel, really, 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 really up and going. You know what I'm saying? Under this thing, under the Mad Mike Network. You know what I'm saying? AFN distributorship, conglomerate, unholy alliance. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it the way we do it, man. You know how we get down. Research, facts, stats, and the truth. You know what I'm saying? Video documented evidence. You know what I'm saying? This is just, where we at with it. Like I always say, you know what I'm saying? Keep it A, you know what I mean? Keep it dirty, you know what I'm saying? Keep it real, and most notably, most importantly, keep it real with yourself. You know, you know. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a blessed Wednesday, a safe Wednesday. Wrap up a little bit, it's gonna get a little nippy. You know what I'm saying? And this has been your boy, OG Big Sam, the historian, showstopper. And I'm out.